Buenas noches. Yo soy Francisca Alvarez, Alvarez, and I teach second grade in a dual language program in Spanish at SCAT School, also referred to as a DLI. SCAT is a focus school serving a diverse community. This is my 11th year within my teaching career. I have taught for 6 years in English only, and this is my 5th year teaching in the DLI program. I am here today to represent my colleagues teaching in any of the DLI programs in PPS. I'm going to share concrete examples of the inequities my students and I encounter on a daily basis. I teach second grade following the 90-10 model, which means that 70% of my day is conducted in Spanish and 30% in English. I teach literacy, math, and writing in Spanish. Literacy. This is the only curriculum provided in Spanish. However, math, all the teacher guides, math supplements are provided to me in English. This means that I have to translate every lesson into Spanish before I can teach it to my students. If you are a monolingual teacher, you do not have a clue about how time-consuming it is to translate math vocabulary and concepts into another language on a daily basis. For example, math workplaces. The students' worksheets are already translated. However, the materials and instructions for the workplaces are not. Where is the equity for my students here? Many of my students are the ones who have been historically underserved. To provide some equity, I have to literally cut and paste the game labels and game boards. These are only a couple of examples for you to notice. There are 10 sessions of workplaces and 6 centers for each session. Writing. The same ordeal is followed with the writing binder provided by the district. The lessons are written in English, and I have to translate each lesson, create anchor charts, and find mentor books to make it accessible for my students. Math and writing are 2 examples of workload inequalities among a monolingual teacher and a DLI teacher. I can continue on for many hours with concrete examples of the work I have to do on a daily basis because I am part of the DLI program. I have to translate during parent-teachers conferences, letters to send home, and programs adopted by the school, such as PACS, CHAMPS, or AVID, or any other program they decide to adopt. The mission of the DLI program is to close the opportunity gap for historically underserved students. I can testify to this mission because I have witnessed the change in my students now in the DLI program compared to those I taught in a monolingual setting. But at this price, my back aches every night due to the additional workload I have to endure to meet the needs of my students. I invite you all to come to and spend time at our classroom because, as Dolores Huerta says, to understand the problems of a community, you must become a member of that community. Gracias. Thank you.